Howdy y'all, my name is Benji, welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's been so long since I've posted a video, and I'm sorry that this video is not synthesizer related in any way, shape, or form. I'll explain a little bit why I haven't posted at the end of the video, but for now I just kind of want to jump into what I'm doing right here. So for those of you who don't know, this synthesizer project that I've kind of built this YouTube channel around has been more of a musical hobby of mine over the last couple of years, and my main musical kind of gig that I've been doing is as a guitarist. Now, I recently joined a new band with a very different type of sound than I usually play with, and I just wanted to share that with you guys because in the process of finding that sound, I found a really incredible new pedal that I think everybody could put on their board, no matter what you play. One of my snakes is staring at me off screen. You ate yesterday, stop that. I won't beat around the bush too long, but I want to give you a little bit of an intro as to kind of what put me in this direction tonally. So I've been playing with this pedal in the band Broke Royals. This is a Strymon Sunset, and it's an incredible drive pedal, and I highly recommend if you're looking to get a lot of different flavors of drive and distortion, this is an amazing offering. Now on this pedal, there is a germanium style drive, which creates this really interesting low to medium gain, very squishy style of drive that I started really falling into as I started searching for new sounds for this band. Now, in that process of finding those sounds and showing them to my friends, my best friend in the whole world, my buddy Tymir, he sent me a link to this new pedal from CopperSound's pedals called the Kingpin. Now, the Kingpin is a germanium overdrive. It is a one knob pedal, and it has a really interesting sound to it. And when he sent it to me, I had just gotten paid, and it was a $99 pedal. So I said, why not? And I purchased it right then and there. Pretty new pedal. I have pedal unit number 14, and it's only been out for a couple weeks as of me posting this video, but I have not gone a day without playing this pedal. It's the best sounding pedal I have ever run my guitar through, and I'm almost at a loss for words, so I'll get into the playing really quick. Let me run down exactly what things are going to be running through. So I've got a single coil guitar. It is a Fender Jaguar. These are not really Jaguar style pickups. This run of Jaguars have a lot hotter, a lot warmer pickups, and I'll be mostly playing on the neck pickup on this guitar because that's the sound I'm using for this band. It is a little bit of a sweeter, warmer sound, but I will also be throwing on a Les Paul to get something a little bit more distorted, a little bit more humbuckery. Trusty Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. It's been my #1 amp for years, but I also want to make sure that I'm giving you guys a little bit more of a different type of sound example, so I'm splitting the signal and running into a Strymon Iridium on the Marshall style setting. A little bit lower gain, so you can really hear the character of this pedal, but as we'll go through, it can also be just an amazing boost to take a high gain amp into screaming territory. Eventually I will make a video talking through my entire pedal board, but I really just wanted to focus this video on the Kingpin for a few reasons. One, because as you can see from this big open space, there's a couple more pedals that I have in the mail that will be kind of finalizing the sound for this board. But two, I just want to really put a spotlight on this pedal and not have it be overshadowed by anything else. Here are my clean tones. let's click on the Kingpin. So as you can hear, it's just a really solid light gain overdrive. Now it does have some clipping options. I prefer the lowest clipping option, but we'll run through some of the other ones a little later. But one of the reasons I really love this pedal is not that its tonal characteristic is unreachable with any other pedal. I think that there are probably dozens of other companies, because there are lots of great companies who could do something interesting. But this pedal does something that really works for me and a specific problem that I always have. So I love fuzz pedals. Who doesn't love fuzz pedals? They're amazing. They have such a rich quality. But with every fuzz pedal, there is a problem, which is because they are so massive, it's really hard to end up using them in a live environment and not have it either drown out the entire band or fall back into the mix so far your guitar entirely disappears. So what a lot of people will do is they will run their fuzz into either an EQ pedal or, more commonly, into their favorite drive pedal, usually something with a pretty significant mid-hump, like a tube screamer. Now I've done this in the past, and controversial take, I think it's the worst sound. I think it's the worst fuzz sound ever, because a tube screamer has a very sharp low end roll off. So when you hit this huge fuzz pedal into this tube screamer, it just sounds like you just hit it with something. You don't feel the character of the fuzz actually come through. You just get a different sound, and it just kind of hurts me every time that happens, because I know fuzz tones are so incredible, and it just feels like you're taking away something really great about it. This pedal has fixed that for me, which is amazing. It's a perfect platform. It's not transparent. I don't want to use that buzzword per se. I do definitely hear a bit of a mid push, but it retains the low end and it retains the high end. So when you hit a fuzz pedal into the front end of this pedal, instead of losing the attack from the high end, or losing the huge character from that low end, or losing the zippery quality from when you're really scratching into something, you keep all of that while also having a small amount of a mid push that helps you cut through that mix. So to show this, I will be using the Keeley Fuzz Bender, which is amazing. It is so good. It is such a good pedal. I'll run it clean into the amps first with just the Fuzz Bender, and then I'll kick the Kingpin on. And you're not gonna hear a huge sonic change. You're just gonna hear a little bit more of a mid-range focus while still maintaining that amazing character of this pedal. So for that band, that's all I needed. I was sold on that pedal right off the bat. That being said, there are more things that this pedal can do, which is amazing for a one knob pedal with a 3-way toggle switch. So I've switched over to a guitar with a bit more of a powerful sound. It's got some humbuckers. They are definitely a decent amount of output there. These are pretty high output, and there's something really cool that you can hear through this pedal when you start hitting it with a high output pedal and you start going through those different clipping stages. I personally think I hear some of the clean sound blended in. Now, usually I don't love the clean sound being blended in, especially on something like a tube screamer, because it just feels kind of weird for how compressed and mid-heavy that sound ends up being. To then have your clean signal blended in just doesn't feel right to me unless it's just being used to push the front end of something else. So whenever I use a tube screamer, I have no clipping, basically. I have the gain all the way down. With this, because it's not really taking away any of the character of your tone, it's just adding a little bit more oomph to it in the mid-range, you end up getting some really interesting sounds, and especially as you throw fuzz into the front, or if you ran this into a dirtier amplifier, you would get something really incredible, a really thick, fat bottom end in your tone, while also retaining clarity in the highs and the mids, which is really fun. So, this is the clean signal for the Les Paul. You can hear it's definitely pushing the amp a little bit more. Now with the Kingpin. Did I mention I have this guitar in C standard? I have this guitar in C standard tuning. That's on the lowest gain clipping mode, and it sounds massive. It sounds like some sort of 90s, low-tuned, kind of gritty, kind of broken sound. There's a lot of really interesting tones you can get out of it, especially with a down-tuned guitar with humbuckers. There's just something about it, something evil that you can really push out of it while still maintaining your core sound of your guitar and amp, which is awesome. So let's move this into the medium clipping, so you're going to hear a little bit more pronounced of that, what I think is a clean signal being blended in, because there's a little bit more dirt, but you still get that attack from your notes, which is really cool. this. There's so much clarity. Let's throw it on the highest clipping stage and just really see exactly how meaty this pedal gets. Now, it doesn't really ever get into even what I would call distortion territory. It always remains in that overdrive territory. But that volume knob has so much gain on tap that if you push it into the front end of any amplifier, you're gonna get something really thick and heavy out of that. And that's what we'll do at the end. But for now, let's just get a little bit meatier. And let's do it with the fuzz. Last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep it on that highest clipping mode. I'm going to dime that pedal. I'm going to turn it all the way up. Now, there is a little bit of attenuation coming into my amp, so I'm not blowing my head off. And you're just going to hear everything get nasty. Incredible. So that's the CopperSound's Kingpin. It's amazing. I think it could work with anybody in any context, whether you need a boost, whether you need some light grit, or you need something that has a decent amount of grit and boost. You've got it all in this $99 package. Not sponsored. I just love this pedal and I want more people to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit subscribe. I will be doing a full pedal board rundown because I got a pedal or two in the mail that I'm very excited about. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and thank you guys for being patient with me in my absence. I've been having some fatigue issues. I got COVID about a year ago, and I have some sort of long COVID, chronic fatigue thing being onset by that. So I just want to say I really appreciate everybody who's, watches this video and sees this video, because it's not been great for the algorithm to not have the energy to post. So big thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.